Hey everyone, Corey from CJ's Classic Truck. Today we have a new radio from Custom Autosound and we're going to show you how to install it onto a Chevy C10. So one of my favorite things to do is to drive the C10 on a nice sunny day, but what makes the experience even better is being able to jam out to my favorite music while doing so. Today we have a radio from Custom Autosound that not only caught my attention from all the technology it's packed inside of it, but its looks. It has a nice old school look, but still has all the nice new technology packed inside of it. The radio has your normal AM and FM functions, but it also includes a Bluetooth function, which allows you to listen to your music hands-free. The radio also has a USB plug-in, so you're able to plug in your phone while driving, and it is also going to include a microphone in the kit, so you can be completely hands-free while driving your C10 down the road. So to start things off, we're going to go ahead and remove the knobs off the current radio that's in the truck, and then remove the nuts that are behind the knobs. For our radio, these knobs are pretty simple. They actually just pull off. Set those off to the side, and then we'll have these two nuts here that are holding the front of the radio in. So we're just going to go ahead and loosen those. Now that we have the knobs and the hardware off, we actually need to get this radio out from the dash. So what we're going to do to make our lives a little bit easier, we're going to open this glove compartment here, remove these screws, the padding out from the inside, and then we'll be able to easily pull our radio out from the glove compartment. Now with that out of our way, we can go ahead and access this radio a lot easier. Just pull along the side here, and then disconnect the connector in the back. Before going ahead and putting the new radio in here, what we're going to do just to make everything a little bit easier is I'm going to go ahead and handle all of the wiring now while everything's out. So I got pretty lucky with this truck. Somebody already ended up putting in a aftermarket radio, so I'm literally just going to end up cutting these wires off the old connector and then attaching my new connector wires to these existing ones. So now we have the old radio harness removed and I have the existing wires cleaned up and ready to go. So now we're ready to install the new radio harness. Now before doing this, you do have to have a constant power. So what you can do if you can't find one is actually run a wire from the battery all the way up to this new wire for the radio, but make sure to run an inline fuse in that wire just so you don't cause any future problems. So now we are using butt connectors for this, but if you prefer to solder, you're definitely more than welcome to. Now just so we don't confuse anybody at home with two red wires here, this is my wire that's going directly to my battery with the inline fuse. Now that the wiring is all completed, I went ahead and grabbed the radio and I'm going to go ahead, plug in this connector in the back, turn everything on and just make sure everything works before we install it. Alright, as you can see it works, so let's go ahead and finish this up. Before stuffing this behind the dash and getting it installed, I do want to point out there is another port on the back of this radio, and this is for the speaker wiring harness. So it does actually have a separate connector and a separate harness to be able to go to your speakers. We're not going to be installing that in today's video, but definitely stay tuned because we will be covering that here pretty soon. Now with the supplied hardware, put one of these washers here on the front, another washer, get that started, and then same on the other side. After you got those guys tightened down, you'll find these plastic spacers inside the box, which just actually end up covering up the hardware then. Just go ahead and slide those on like so. After you got those plastic spacers on, you're ready for the knobs, which will also be inside the box. You just press on like that. Alright, so you got the radio all installed. At this point, don't forget to plug in the connector on the back side of the radio and then reassemble the glove box, and then we'll show you what features it has. So now that everything's installed and ready to go, let's check out some of these features. When you first turn on the radio, you're going to initially have the FM screen, and you're able to change that by the back knob here. It'll switch you over to Bluetooth, and then your auxiliary port, and then also AM. And moving on to the front knob here, this is going to be your volume control. Then moving on to the right side of the radio, if you press this knob in twice here, it'll give you all of your EQ presets. So at this point you can change your treble, your mid, your fader, basically whatever you'd like to be able to get the radio performing exactly how you like. As you can see, installing a radio from custom Autosound isn't too difficult of a job. It's really one way to modernize the vehicle, but still giving it that classic look. Definitely stay tuned for the future because we're going to be installing kick panel speakers to really complete the package. But it's time to drop a gear and disappear. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, check out cjponyparts.com for all your classic truck part needs.